Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is BioHunta here, and I got a round of Slayer DMR Pro on Reflection. And in this game, I believe I'm just going in with myself. Hang on, let's see when the scoreboard comes up here. Well, I'll check it out later. But yeah, I'm playing against Assault and Joe Fries. For those of you who don't know, Assault, I believe, is an MLG Pro. I don't know if he has enough points. He's pretty close if he isn't an MLG Pro. And Joe Fries is kind of just a guy that's really familiar with all the pros and he like hangs out with them all the time. So definitely not going against randoms in this game. That is for sure. We got some tough competition. But so yeah, what's up? I just wanted to talk about a couple things and trying to answer a couple questions here that a lot of you guys have been asking as of late, and just maybe give some general tips and whatnot. First is the question that I get asked most often recently is how to get good at Halo, or how did I get good at Halo? And kind of on a alternative note here, how to get good at Call of Duty, because they actually are related. I started posting videos about 8 months ago, and my first couple videos were Halo videos, and then I started really getting into Call of Duty because it was something different, and I really enjoyed playing the game. It was Modern Warfare 2, of course, and I was pretty good at that game right off the bat. And I don't mean to like toot my own horn. I'm like, oh, I'm so awesome. I meant I was just posting, or I was getting good scores, you know, like crazy 10, 20 KDR games, getting nukes all the time. And I'd never really played Call of Duty games up until that point. I'd played a little bit of Call of Duty 4, maybe the campaign of Call of Duty 2, beating it on Veteran, which made me want to punch a baby. But it was worth it for the experience points, because I think in Call of Duty 2, all the gamer score was campaign. You beat the campaign on Veteran, and I think you got to 1,000, so that was pretty sweet. But yeah, so right off the bat, I was doing good at Call of Duty, and the reason for that, I think, is because I had played a lot of Halo, and for some reason, a lot of my Halo skills and kind of coordination just transferred over to Call of Duty really easily, so I was able to get into the multiplayer and start doing good within. I mean, obviously, you know, I needed to get acquainted with the game, getting acquainted with campers and how all the perks and all that kind of stuff works out. But within like a couple weeks, I was just posting and getting really good scores and whatnot. And so I think Halo had something to do with that. And just for the record, I want to note that I don't think it works the other way around. I don't think that people who have played a lot of Call of Duty and never really played Halo, and all of a sudden they try and come over and play Halo, they are probably going to be a little frustrated because they're going to be so used to, you know, just crapping on people and doing really well and getting these great scores. And all of a sudden now they're maybe going even. And that's both due to the nature of Halo. I mean, you're not going to get big scores like you do in Call of Duty. It's just the way the game works. And also because I don't think skill transfers over from Call of Duty to Halo as well as it goes the other way, which seems kind of weird to say. But yeah, so for example, on Hutch's channel, and Hutch, for those of you who don't know, he's kind of, in a way, he's kind of my boss. He works for Machinima, and he's kind of a bigwig there, and he posts videos like I do. He used to be a big Call of Duty guy. But anyways, on his channel, he has Optic Hex, and Optic Hex is a guy who plays for the Optic clan, obviously, or I don't know if they're a clan or how that works out, but he plays for Optic. He's really good at Call of Duty, a beast player at Call of Duty, much better than me. And he tried to come over to Halo, or he's trying to come over to Halo right now, and he's got a couple of videos posted on Hutch's channel of Hutch 1v1 him. And I watch his gameplay, and I don't mean to call Optic Hex out. That's not the point of this video, or the statement. But Optic Hex is just not that great. I mean, you watching his aim is just all over the place. And it looks like he's just not that great of a player right off the bat. And he's had some time to familiarize himself with the game. And I think it's just the nature of Halo that it takes time to get good at Halo. And I don't mean to say like, oh, Call of Duty is for noobs. I mean, it just takes a different skill subset than Halo does. So, and it just takes more time. I've been playing I've been playing Halo for about 8 years, and there are still people who are better than me at this game, and there probably always will be. So it's just it just takes time. You're not going to be able to instantly start pooping on kids like in Call of Duty. And oh, sorry, Joe Fries, I just took your face off. But yeah, so getting that out of the way, how do you get good at Halo then? Let's see. The first thing I wanted to mention is try to wean yourself off of guns that, I gotta be careful how I say this, guns that are like spray and pray, like the AR or maybe the plasma can. I don't know, the plasma can is kind of fun though. But try to get used to using guns like the DMR and the pistol. And so I guess you can kind of I call them skilled weapons, but that's kind of derogatory, making it seem like, oh, you use any other gun? Well, you shuck. You know, that's not what I mean. Just try and get used to using them, the DMR and the pistol, because they kill people faster if you are accurate. If you hit every shot, or most of every shot, then you will beat out an AR in almost any situation, even close range. So if you can get good with them, you will dominate, no matter what gun your opponent is wielding. And so it pays off to just try and get good with weapons like the sniper, the AR, or not the AR, excuse me, the sniper or the DMR right off the bat. I mean, you might get frustrated in the beginning because your aim is just, you know, it's not spot on, so you're missing shots, and the AR is just pooping on you. But if you can get used to it and get acquainted with it, you will start dominating at a much faster rate than you would have if you just kind of stuck with the AR for a while, and then after a while, you know, kind of move to the DMR. So it'll be painful for a while. You'll go through kind of the birthing process all over again, the birthing of Halo skills. But yeah, it will pay dividends. Let's see, what else I got that I wrote down here. I wrote down some things. I normally don't write stuff down, but I wanted to kind of make sure I get everything off here. One big difference between Halo and Call of Duty is communication. Even at like the social level, there is communication level. There's always a little bit of chatter. You know, oh, this guy's got rockets. Oh man, he's one shot right around on my X. You know, stuff like that. Even simple stuff like that comes out in social games. And once you take it up a notch to the MLG level or even arena, people are calling all over the place. Oh, he's one shot here on my X, around the corner. Oh, he's at S2, S1, Ridge. You know, whatever. Shack. All these crazy callouts that a lot of people aren't familiar with. Like I posted my last video, I posted callouts and people are like, I don't know what they're talking about, but it's sweet. So that was kind of an interesting comment. But yeah, so try to familiarize yourself with the callouts if you can. And if you're just going in for fun, whatever, it's not a big deal. But if you want to do well, it really helps to call out. And I make a point that this is different than Call of Duty, because in Call of Duty social matches, there's like no communication whatsoever. Typically, the most communication, it's some 13-year-old going, and screaming into his mic like that. Like, oh yeah, that's great communication. So the only time you really see it in Call of Duty is at the MLG level, like Team Fear or maybe even Optic. I don't know, I haven't watched their games. But yeah, so definitely try to learn callouts and just try to be communicative. I don't know if that's a word. Communicative with your team. It's just simple stuff. So, let's see here. Oh yeah, I get this question a lot too, is what is my controller setup? What sensitivity do I play on? Do I play on bumper jumper, all that kind of stuff? Right now, my controller setup is on 4 sensitivity, inverted with bumper jumper. People are like, inverted? What's wrong with you? I play inverted because I used to play a lot of PC games back when I was younger, especially Flight Simulator. I think I had Flight Simulator 98 and 2000, and so I just got kind of used to the fact that when I pulled back or I went down, I believe it's called the yaw. I don't know. I would go up. The plane would go up. We'll just keep it simple. And so I just kind of got used to that. And so when I started playing console games, it just kind of transferred over and it felt natural. There's no real advantage, guys. I get people like, do you play better on inverted? No, it's just preference. If you like default, stick with default. For the button setup, I play on bumper jumper because that's what I played on Halo 3. And some people are like, well, how can you use arm abilities then? Because you got to move your thumb off the aim or stick. I play on a control setup which is called claw, which is where I bring my finger over the top of the controller, my pointer finger, and I use it to hit the face button. So it's a little weird, and people who aren't used to it, they say it hurts their finger when they try, but it might be something to, have a go at. And I realize the video's over here, but keep talking here. But the thing about controller setup, guys, do what is comfortable. Don't play on a 5 because you heard someone said some pro plays on a 5. Don't play on bumper jumper because I play on bumper jumper or whoever. Play what's comfortable to you and stick with it. If you keep changing your controller setup, you're never going to get consistency, and you'll probably improve at a much slower rate than you would have if you had just picked something and stuck with it. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please rate if you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, go ahead and dislike it. That's fine. I mean, I want the rating system to be accurate and true to what people are saying about the video, what they're thinking about the video. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.